Welcome to another video from devtechie.com, and in this video we'll talk about SwiftUI Basics Explained, why Apple rebuilt UI from scratch. Why would Apple, after more than a decade of developers building iOS apps with UI Kit, turn around and introduce a completely different way to build the exact same interfaces? It sounds like a strange move until you look at what UI Kit actually asked of you. Every button, every list, every screen transition meant writing imperative code that manually told the interface how to update itself, step by step, one mutation at a time. SwiftUI flips that entirely. Instead of describing the steps to reach a state, you describe the state itself, and SwiftUI figures out how to get the screen there. In this video we'll cover what declarative UI actually means, the core building blocks every SwiftUI view is made from, how state drives your interface instead of manual updates, and why this shift matters even if you've never opened Xcode before. So what does declarative really mean in practice? Here's a useful way to think about it. Imperative code is like giving someone turn-by-turn directions: turn left, drive 2 miles, turn right. Declarative code is like just handing them an address and letting the GPS handle the route. With UI Kit, you were the one giving turn-by-turn directions, manually telling a label to update its text, manually telling a table view to reload its rows. With SwiftUI, you just describe the destination. This is what the screen looks like when this particular piece of data is true. Change the data and SwiftUI recalculates the route and redraws the screen for you. You stop thinking about how the screen updates and start thinking about what the screen should show. Which brings us to the actual building blocks. Every single screen in SwiftUI, no matter how complex it looks, is built from small pieces called views, and a view in SwiftUI is really just a simple struct that describes what should appear on screen. Text shows words, image shows a picture, button triggers an action, and stack arranges other views in a row or a column. That's genuinely most of it at the foundation. The real power shows up when you start composing these small pieces together. A profile screen is just a stack containing an image, some text, and a button, arranged and styled. A complex app is just smaller composed screens nested inside larger ones all the way up. Once that composition habit clicks, reading someone else's SwiftUI code stops feeling like decoding a puzzle. Which raises the obvious next question. If a view is just a description of what the screen should look like, what happens the moment the underlying data changes? This is where SwiftUI's state system comes in, and it's genuinely the part that makes the whole declarative idea actually work. You mark a piece of data as state, and SwiftUI quietly watches it. The instant that value changes, anything on screen depending on it gets recalculated and redrawn automatically without you writing a single line telling it to refresh. Think of it like a spreadsheet. You don't manually recalculate a cell that depends on another cell, you just change the source number and every formula depending on it updates itself instantly. SwiftUI treats your interface the exact same way, with your data as the source cells and your views as the formulas depending on them. Let's make this concrete with the classic example nearly every SwiftUI tutorial starts with: a simple counter. You have a number stored as state, a piece of text showing that number, and a button that increases it by 1. Here's the part that trips up developers coming from an imperative background. You never write any code telling the text to update. You just tell the button what to do to the state when it's tapped: increase the number by 1, and because the text on screen is already described as depending on that same number, SwiftUI handles the rest entirely on its own. Tap the button 10 times and the text updates 10 times without a single line of manual refresh code anywhere in the project. So why does any of this actually matter beyond just being a different syntax to memorize? Fewer moving parts means fewer places for bugs to hide. In the old imperative approach, it was entirely possible for the screen to drift out of sync with the actual data, a label showing a stale number because some update call got missed somewhere in a long chain of manual refreshes. SwiftUI removes that entire category of bug by design because the screen is always just a direct reflection of the current state. Less code written, less code to maintain, and one less thing to debug at 2 in the morning. That's not a small convenience, that's a fundamentally different relationship between your data and your interface. So here's where all of this leaves you. SwiftUI isn't just UI Kit with nicer syntax on top, It's a genuinely different mental model, one where you describe outcomes instead of steps and let the framework handle the mechanics of getting there. Start small, build a single screen with a handful of views, wire up one piece of state, and watch it update itself in real time in Xcode's live preview. That one small exercise teaches you more about how SwiftUI actually thinks than reading pages of documentation ever will. Once declarative thinking clicks, it's genuinely hard to imagine going back to writing manual refresh code for every single screen update. If you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified the moment a new video goes live.